Looking back the last couple of years, about 10, 20 years, how would you say has the business changed for you? Was there a change in music
Oh,
business for you?
totally.
Totally.
Nothing is the same. Everything is different now. Everything is different. So one of the things that I think has drastically changed is the divide of the remnant of the old structure, okay? That has changed the last 10 years. The last 10 years were kind of like culturally the most desolate and awful decade in the past century. It's awful. The last 10 years was George Bush, Paris Hilton doctrine. Just bullshit, you know? You know, we had like, you know, like, that was like American Idol and Superstar and Dieter Bohlen and no talented motherfuckers that are making money.
Okay.
You know, it was the decade of playback and lip syncing and all this bullshit, you know? So the divide now is getting really, really big. Well, I have to say, to be fair to Dieter Bohlen, the thing that he can really do is like, you know, being a real asshole and like, you know, and knocking people down. And I have no problem. It's very entertaining. I love to see it as long as he doesn't fucking sing, you know, because that I cannot, it's embarrassing, you know, and I cannot hear his music or hear him sing. That's really awful. So what he does is actually very professional and very good.
Yeah.
So I don't want to knock that, but it has nothing to do with like music because he's not a musician anyway. And we all know if someone can sing or not. You know, we don't need people like Dieter Bohlen to like, you know. But anyway,
Tell us, yeah.
it's very typical for the past 10 years. So the divide now goes really big. In the middle is nothing. On top, we have toys. We have industry robots like, you know, like Lady Gaga. You know, Lady Gaga knows exactly which costume design, which designer she wants, which guy to direct the video. But you know, Lady Gaga cannot sing really. You know, neither can she really compose a good song. And when she performs, it's all playback. And I know that because I know the people that work with her. You know, so or used to work with her. I have to say at that point. Anyway, so we have this device of like things which is not really much more different than like, you know, just really like a complete illusion. It has nothing to do with, you know, what Hendrix or the Beatles brought to the table. You know, it's just like fashion or, I mean, fashion is interesting, but it's just that, you know. So on the other side, there's the underground. And people going like, okay, let's do what we like. So I think the way the industry is going right now is the only people that are going to have a chance to make a living playing music is the people that do exactly what they believe in. And I'm so serious about that. I'm saying they have to believe in this so much that they're ready to die for it. Because this is what Jim Morrison did, and this is what Hendrix did. I'm not saying that you need to die, you know, but you have to love what you do so much that you go like, you know what, fuck it, you know, we're gonna play 300 shows and sleep in our car. If you can do this, people will notice you. You're gonna make a living. I'm not saying if you suck, but even if you suck, actually, I think. But if you're good, you're gonna have a future. You're gonna get your audience, and I see how it works. I see how it works. You know, you can do that, or you can become a slave up there. Because I know I'm acquainted with some of the realities, you know, of what you will believe. You know, like some acts, and this is not something that I will reveal in a situation like this, but you just have to trust me. Some of the acts that you see on MTV or hear on the radio all the time, and when they play here, they play like in an Olympic stadium, like that the drummer makes like $1,200 a week. you know.
I heard that once before and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, well, believe me, and you know what? If that drummer doesn't want to do it for 1,200, you will find 500 that will do it for 500.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm just saying,
Pitiful.
this is an illusion. This is Hollywood.
Mhm.
It's Hollywood up there. It's not. They don't really play music live anymore. They don't require good musicians anymore. It's, you know, the way you look is more important actually, you know, than how you actually play, because most of it is playback, you know. So, and then you have those reunion tours of people that should stay home, people that did something really great in the 70s or the 80s, and they need some money and they get back together again because they're greedy assholes. And they make boring music, which is not happening anymore, you know. Or then you have someone that was, you know, on crack for a couple of years, that was successful and had a couple of hits, and decides to come back, and cannot sing anymore, you know. And you know, people will notice it.
Yeah.
That's a reality, you know. Now, that's what we're up against in the business, you know. That's how I see it, you know. That's how and I'm ready to like voice that. Because I believe in rock and roll, you know. I believe in rock and roll is like pointing your finger at bullshit and go like, this is not good, you know. So I'm saying, you know, where in music did we have someone like Borat that exposes, you know, Borat is more Hendrix than anyone in music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
yeah.
we need smart people. We need leaders. We don't need people who believe everything that they read in music magazines. Oh, okay, let's do that. Well, that's what I think, you know. And what music magazines are.
Yeah. That's it.
They're catalogs with interviews. And some interviews are good and some of them not so good. But let's face it, you know. So I think this is not going to change unless people change it. And the change is not going to come from the top. I mean, like Obama said that, the change is coming from like the bottom. You know, it's like, you know, people walking out of this drum school, you know, standing in line to get the gig with whoever's right now famous. You know, maybe one of them will get it. And for the 20 others, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know? Go out there. Don't be a soldier. You know, be a general. You know,
Yeah.
Do what you do. Be your own boss. Create your paradigm. I think that's really the future. I would like to think so.
Yeah.
You know?
Jojo, I'd like to thank you for coming here, for sharing the time and sharing your very tremendous experience throughout the business and throughout your being a musician. We hope the tour ends well and the next will come up, and good luck and good work in the future.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.